Hi everyone, welcome to your holiday Christmas yoga. My name is Jen and I'm going to be leading you through a 30-minute wake up or just sort of stretch it out and let go of that tension, easy yoga session today. Before you get started, make sure you've just got a little bit of space around you and you've got a nice solid surface that you can do some stretching on without slipping. If you need, make sure you've got some water handy. We shouldn't be getting too warm, but you may still want to grab yourself a drink. And if you have any injuries or maybe any concerns, just do what feels comfortable for you. You don't need to push it, you don't need to do everything that I do, but just keep your body happy and healthy and move yourself and feel good. That's the whole goal of today's session. So let's get started, and we're just going to bring our hands into an easy seated position. If this isn't comfortable for you, again, you can change it, but just crossing the ankles nice and gently. And we'll begin by breathing in, lift tall. And as you exhale, you want to sink low. So the idea is feel all of that space being created between each of your vertebrae. Inhale again, open through the chest. And as you exhale, soften the shoulders. Let them move out towards the sides of the room. And then one more breath in. We're pulling that belly tight, engaging the core. As you breathe out, soften the muscles that you sit on. We'll bring those arms up high. And then we're going to grab hold of our left arm. And we're going to pull that over to the right. So we're just giving that a nice stretch out through the side. And as you inhale, you can maybe pull it up and then exhale, pull it over. So we're always lengthening. Inhale again and exhale. And then we'll come up tall, bring those hands apart again. And as you exhale, you're going to turn towards the right. Bring your left arm across, palm open, and bring your right arm behind. So we're trying to bring our right hand as close to our tailbone as we can, and we're trying to get our right arm as close to our spine as we can. We're going to push down with the palm and look all the way to that wall. As you exhale, try and rotate your shoulders back. Inhale again. Exhale, feel each vertebrae twisting. One last breath. And then exhale, you're going to look over your back shoulder to finish off that easy spinal twist. And as we inhale, we'll turn to the front, bring the arms up. And then exhale, let's fold forward and stretch the back. Walk the arms out in front. And then relax the elbows down. Take a deep breath in, so right from your belly. And then exhale, let your chest sink down into that belly space. We'll take one last breath in and then we'll drop our head down. And when you breathe in again, you're going to look up, walk your hands to your knees, and then push up. So let's change that to the other side. So cross your ankles in the opposite direction, and that will help us to keep our hips evenly opened. Breath in, hands to that low prayer position, and then breathe out, sink down into your mat. Inhale again, open through the chest, and you'll feel your heart moving into your hands this time. Breathe out, shoulders wide. One more breath through the belly. And then exhaling out. As you inhale, just reach your hands up. Maybe follow your hands with your eyes. And then look forward, exhale. So this time we're going to grab hold of our right hand and we're going to pull it over to the left. So nice, easy side or sundial stretch. Reach in, pull up. Reach out, sink. Inhale one more time. Feel that side rib opening. And exhale out. Come up nice and tall. Bring those hands apart. Move into your easy seated twist, turning to the left. Bring your left arm across and bring your right arm behind. So pushing down with your back hand, lift tall, and exhale, try to rotate your shoulder back. Take another breath in, lifting tall again. As you exhale, feel each vertebrae twist to the side. One last breath, and then we'll finish by looking all the way across the back of our shoulder. Inhale, come up. And as you exhale, fold forward. And there's that nice stretch. So while you're in this folded stretch, notice any different in the hips when you had the opposite ankle crossed over? Does one side feel better than the other? And maybe if it does, spend more time on that side. Walk the arms out in front if you want. Relax the elbows, sink lower. Pull the belly in nice and tight. Exhale, drop the chest. Take one more breath in and then drop the head. Good, so very slowly come back up, eyes first, then your hands, lift tall, and we're gonna bring those knees forward in front. So just holding each hand around the front of each knee, feet are flat, seated supine cow and cat. Inhale your chest to your thighs, your eyes to the sky. And exhale, roll that back, stretch out, drop your head. Inhale up. Exhaling out. And let's do that one more time. Inhale up. And then exhale out. So come back up to your neutral, easy position. And we're gonna let each knee move out to the sides of the room. Bring the soles of your feet together and then bind hold of your toes or your ankles. So in this cobbler's pose or Badakanasana, you want to move off of any fleshy bits just so you're right down on your sitting bones. And at the same time, you can maybe move your hips closer to your heels and tighten up the posture. Just like we started with, we want to set our spine. So inhale, lift tall. And as you exhale, soften out. Let gravity pull the weight of those knees wider. Inhale, open through the chest. And exhale, soften down, shoulders wide. Take another breath in, your belly is tight. This time we're going to add a little bit of a hinge from the hips. So pull your ribs and your elbows together. And holding here as you inhale, let your head pull away from your shoulders, lengthen your spine. Let your elbows pull out in front of the knees. And exhale, maybe come down a little bit lower. So we'll take one last breath, really lengthen, and then exhale, completely surrender. Let your head come down, let your whole body sink to the ground. And then when you're ready, let's come out and lift tall. Bring your hands back and then relax all of your weight behind you. So letting go of any tension through the front of those hip flexors. And we'll maybe counter that with a little bit of a back bend. So as you breathe in, push the arms straight, chest opens, and look to the ceiling. Exhale, look back. Inhale, lift your hips if you wish. And exhale, keep the knees wide. Wherever you are, push the arms a little straighter and let the head go back a little further. Take one last breath and then exhale all the way down. So crossing your ankles, we're going to bring our hands forward and push up to a table. So in your your table, you'll notice that you've got a nice set of parallel arms. Hands and elbows are as wide as the shoulders. Looking back to your knees, you want to make sure they're as wide as your hands and under the hips. And then we can lengthen and make this table stronger. So as you inhale, let your head pull forward. And as you exhale, let the chest open up. Breathe in, engage your belly. And exhale, just let your eyes look to the floor, but keep that space between the chin and the chest. Good, inhale, one last breath, nice and strong. Exhaling out. So let's do a cow and cat from our table position. As you inhale, look up, hips up, belly sinks, and exhale down and arch the spine. Angry cat. Inhale up. Exhaling out. And then one more breath. Inhale up. Exhaling out. So we'll come to our neutral spine. And exhale, sink back to your extended child's pose. We want to sink our hips right to our heels. And then walk the arms out as much as you feel comfortable with. Gently let the head come down. And you're just tucking your chin into your chest. And you're letting your forehead or the crown of your head touch the floor. Good, so nice deep breaths. You can even walk your arms out further. And breathe out, sink the hips back lower. Take one more breath here. And exhale. Let's take this to a side extended child's pose. We're going to walk our arms over towards the right and maybe bring your left hand on top of the right hand. Try to sink your head down between your elbows and let your left hips sink over to the side of the room. And we'll slowly bring that back to center, so nice and neutral. Let your spine come to a straight posture before we move again. And then we'll walk this over towards the left. Maybe bring your right hand on top of the left hand. And then sink your head down between both of your elbows. Let your right hip sink to the right of the room. And then we'll come back to center again. Give it a nice neutral stretch back, so we're just undoing any stress that we might have built up. And then when you're ready, come back into your table. So let's work our way through to our down dog. We're going to take a deep breath in, curl your toes under, lift your knees up, and then push back to your downward facing dog. Now when you're in your downward facing dog, if you want to move your hands or feet to get a more comfortable position, go right ahead. Maybe bend one knee, push your opposite heel down just to get that leg a little bit longer, and then switch it to the other side. Maybe take both heels, lift them off the floor, tighten the front of the thighs, and then push both knees back, lower the heels down. We'll take one last breath here. Exhale out. Good. As you inhale, move to your plank. So try to bring your shoulders over your hands, legs straight behind you. If you have any problems with your long plank, just modify it by setting your knees down so it's not the same as your table, because you want to keep a flat line going all the way from the shoulders to the knees or the toes. Keep holding, breathing in, breathe out. We're going to do one last breath, and then exhale, come all the way to the floor, so nice and easy. Uncurl those toes, maybe walk your hands just in front of the shoulders, and as you inhale, start to push up to your Cobra. So you might want to stop halfway, or you might want to push all the way till the arms are straight. As you exhale, really sink the hips down. Inhale, look up. Exhaling out. And let's just take one last breath. Exhale, come all the way down to the floor. Move those hands back under the chest. Curl your toes under. Lift the knees. And then push back to your downward facing dog again. And we'll just take one breath in here. Exhale, come to your table. And now moving into our first child's pose, but we're going to do the full version here. So sink your hips back, just like we did for extended pose, but bring your arms back beside you. And we're going to let the shoulders round over the knees, tuck the chin in, and bring the forehead down. And if you want, you can move your hips side to side to stretch it out. You might also want to open and close those hands or wiggle the fingers. Just take any stress away from the shoulders and hands. Loosen up that lower back. And then when you're ready, looking up again, move your hands forward, come into your table. And then just ground down through those hands and knees. So curling your toes under, hovering up. So hovering table, knees are off the floor. Exhale, push to your down dog. Good. And then from our down dog, we're going to move to our plank. And from our plank, we're going to move to chaturanga. So instead of going belly to the floor, we're just going to bend the elbows halfway. And then to your upward facing dog, flip your toes so you're on the front of your feet. Look up. And we're going to hold this. Exhale, sink the hips. Breathe in. Exhale a little lower, one last breath. And out. So as you inhale, flip the toes back under, and exhale, push to your down dog. And now extending your left leg up into the air. Three-legged dog, hold it here. Exhale, lower your heel down. Good. As you inhale, try to lift a little bit higher. Exhale, that supporting leg, right heel down, one last breath. And as you exhale, just bring your knee to your chest. Inhale up again. Exhale, bring your knee to your right elbow. So it's a little bit of a cross under. And then one more time up. Exhale, bring your knee across and straighten the leg, plant your foot down. Your back foot, lower it down so that you're on the edge. And we're just going to look to the wall. Broken triangle. If you want to, lift your hand up. Exhale. Breathe in. And out. We're going to take one more breath and then lower that down. Inhale, three-legged dog. And exhale to your downward facing dog. Good. Come down onto your knees. Uncurl your toes. Hips to heels and hands behind you. Baby camel, lean back. Look up and then look back. If you want to make this a bit more intense, lift the hips. Exhale, lower the hips down. Come back forward to your table. One breath in and exhale. Inhale, hovering table. Exhale, down dog. Inhale to your plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then staying in your downward facing dog, we're going to extend our right leg up into the air. Hold it here as you exhale. Your left heel comes down. Inhale up. Exhale, we'll take one more breath in. And then as you exhale, bring your knee to your chest. Inhaling up. As you exhale, bring your knee across to the left elbow. And then inhale up. As you exhale, knee across to that left elbow again, but straighten the leg. Your left leg, turn it so that you're on the edge, and then look towards the left. If you want, lift the arm up, come into your broken triangle. Exhale out. Breathing in. And we're just going to take one more breath. And then all the way down. Extend your leg back up. And exhale to your down dog. Take one breath here. And exhale to your knees into table. So, keeping the hips up, we're going to come into a high kneeling position. And then coming into your full camel pose, you can bring your hands onto your lower back. And then just look up and push the hips forward. Now, if you want to make this a bit more intense, slide one hand down to your heel, and then do the same with the other one. Look up. Look back. Let's take one last breath. And out. So if your hands are down, bring them to your low back. And then everybody tall. Let's bring those hands to the floor into table. And then take your knees as wide as you can, but bring your big toes together. We're going to sink back hips to heels. And we've got this big space between our knees. We're going to lower our chest into it. So let the elbows come out of your way a little bit and sink into this wide leg child's pose. You can set your head right down. Remember to tuck the chin in. And just let go of any of that tension. And then looking forward again, we're just going to bring our hands back neutral, bring our knees back neutral. We're going to lift up to table, curl the toes under, hips back to your heels, and then lift up to our high kneeling position with a plantar or sole stretch. And then how about a little bit of balance for us today? So I want you to bring your hands up, and then exhale your hands down into prayer. And then rolling back onto the balls of your feet one at a time. So you lift your knee, and then you lift your other knee. And you just kind of do a tippy toe squat here. Take a deep breath in and out. And we're just going to slowly start to raise that up to standing. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Good. Let your arms come down to your side. And let's finish off with a little bit more balance today. As it's Christmas, let's finish with our tree posture for one of our last sort of intense poses. We're going to shift all of our weight to our left, and we're just going to start to bring our right heel up. Maybe turn the knee out. So this is a very easy version of this. If this is challenging you, I want you just to stay there. Otherwise, you can bring the foot up anywhere along the leg, or use your hand to help you place it right up as high as it will go. And then you can use your hand to keep that knee open. You can make a wide Christmas tree, or you can make that tall Christmas tree. Good. Breathing in. Breathe out. We're just going to take one more breath in. Everything in reverse. So arms down first, and then your legs. So looking down at your feet, make sure you've got a good stable posture. Shift your weight to the right. We'll lift the left heel, turn it out, and then lift it as high as you did on the opposite side. Again, arms can go out wherever you feel challenged today. Breathe in. Breathing out. One more breath. And then out. Good. So again, find a nice stable position. We're going to reach those arms up as high as we can. Slight back bend. Look behind you. Inhale up. Exhale, hips a little further forward. Take one last breath for me. And then exhale, come all the way down to a full standing forward fold. Now, if you want to bend your knees, go ahead. But if you've got the flexibility, try to tighten up the front thigh muscles and drop the chest and head down. You should feel the arms softening. You can even reach behind for the backs of the ankles if you like. Breathe in and out. We'll take one last breath and exhale. So we're just going to bring our hands about halfway up under the knees and then inhale to a flat back. Good. As you exhale, bend the knees, hands down, and we'll come to an easy seated position. Good. Let those knees come up and together in front, and we're going to lower our body all the way down onto the mat. And then just move your arms a little bit away from you and move your feet to the outside of your mat. Windshield wiper the legs, bring them over to the right. So you're kind of going foot, knee, and then we're going to bring our head over to the left. So we're getting that cross body stretch. Everything should feel really nice. Eyes up to the center, knees up to the center, and then over to the opposite side. And eyes to the right. And then back up to the center. And then all we're going to do is extend those legs straight out in front of us. Open the palms up. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, let your body relax into Shavasana. So nice, relaxing posture, letting go of any stress that you might have. Soften all of your muscles, relax all of your joints. Let the ground come up to support the weight of your body. And remember, you also want to try and relax your mind. So let go of any busy thoughts. And just focus on your breath, keeping it evenly paced as you inhale and exhale. So you're very welcome to remain in Shavasana for as long as you like. But when you're ready to come out of this, just bend one knee at a time. Pull those knees up into your chest. Hands tight over the knees. Maybe rock it side to side. Give it a little stretch out. And then legs up, hands behind the knees. Rock and roll yourself right back up to seated. Relax the arms. Take a deep breath in. One ear to one shoulder. And then up. Opposite ear to the other shoulder. Up, chin down to your chest. Inhale, eyes up. Exhale, eyes to center. And then bring your arms overhead for a big breath, high prayer. Exhale to low prayer. Take a deep breath in, heart to your hands. And exhale, bow down and forward. So namaste, everybody. Thank you very much for joining me on this Christmas yoga session. Leave any comments that you might have for me, and I'm always happy to talk to you about your yoga journey or your health journey. So have a wonderful holiday season, and we will see you all again in the new year. Thank you.